Hey, what's up everybody? This is Slashman69 doing a review for all you Kiwi review readers out there. This is the Win GT1 PC MIDI tower case. Some quick specs there. We have 3 external 5 1/4 drive bays. We have internally, we have 6 3 1/2 or 2 1/2, depending whether you've got laptop sized hard drives or normal regular sized hard drives. There are also 4 EZ-Swap modules, and 2 of them are 2.5 inch. On the front panel, it has 1 USB 3 port and 2 USB 2s plus HD audio outs. The motherboard form factor is ATX or Micro-ATX, and the power supply is a very generous ATX PS2 size. It is a huge power supply bay at the bottom. Regarding the fans, it can take 8 120mm fans and comes supplied out of the box with 2, one in the front and 1 in the back. It will also take 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom, and if you want to put them on the side, it'll take 2 on the mesh side panel only, obviously not on the see-through clear screen side. Now getting into what happens when we open the box, you can see it's just got a nice tight snugly fit case with the 2 polystyrene sides and a bit of bagging around it to keep all the dust and that out from production. It's a very tight fit, so you need to turn it upside down to get it out. Comes supplied with the motherboard mounting screws, the beeper speaker, the open out manual, and also the front customization hexagonal shapes. It comes supplied with 20 of those with 2 spare. On the top you have a hot swappable hard drive bay, which is really nice the way it's recessed there, and also on the right picture you can see you have a 7 PCI slot breakaway back panel with 2 water cooling pipe holes there if you wanted to run a radiator. Now the top view there shows the 9 hexagonal shapes, which look similar to the front, but don't be fooled, you can't put those red customizable snap-in pieces up there. And on the right there it's got your 2 removable, the third one's already snapped out of the way, 5 1/4. They're both revealed by simple finger click removable mesh front panel pieces there. Now the side panel is the usual 2 thumb screws to hold it on, and then it slides off and comes off. You've got your 4 quick removable drive bays there, which you can see if you use both fingers on both sides, it'll just neatly slide out, and you can just all toolless drop your hard drive in there and it will just snap into place and hold it very securely. Same with the 5 1/4 bays. You just turn the screw 90 degrees and it removes. The other side you don't need to. It's got some permanent little pins that stick out there, so when you slide your drive in and tighten that up, it all holds it in nice and firmly. Just customizing the front there, I went with 10, thinking that I could use some on the top, but that's when I discovered that the top is not molded that way. So in the final video, it will show all 18 have been fitted. The connectors for the motherboard are really well labeled, so it's really easy to see where they're going, and you're not going to have any confusion at all as to where things should be or their polarity when you connect them up. They shouldn't really give you any issues there. Nice thick perspex on the see-through window there. A lot of them are thin and quite low quality, but this one is nice and heavy. The steel case is heavy and tight, and the plastic perspex see-through window there is really nice, really nicely bolted in. On the side view there, with both covers removed, you can see it comes with cabling out of the box as it is, all nicely routed. You can see the right fan there on the back of the unit, but you can't see the front one at the moment yet. Undoing the front panel and pulling it forward, you can see the USB 3 in the blue there, and also the fan speed controller and the USB connectors, plus your audio ports there as well. Those are very handy, and very handy to customize the front with a fan. The bottom there is showing the big gaping hole where you can put the massive power supply if you need to, and I did fit a big power supply in there. I fit a big Silverstone 750 watt beast in there. So again, 2 fan slots there if your power supply is not that long. Out of the box it comes with the customizable bits here, and I've just outlaid them here so you can see it comes with 3 cable ties, the speaker, the motherboard mounts, and the snap-in front red hexagonal pieces there. So now it's time to put some goodies in. I picked up a budget-built system here to build into it new, something that's going to be good to browse the web, and it's not a build a PC video, it's a review on the case, so I'm not going to go over how to put anything together. Inside the screw bag it comes with a handy little tool there, which all you need is a Phillips screwdriver. And even though the case is advertised as a toolless case, it's referring to obviously installing everything else except the motherboard. You will need a screwdriver to do that with. The hard drive bays here, just showing that it's all 3/4 clipped in. Just one last little corner there to clip in. Just a bit of brute force to stretch the plastic aside. And then once you've done that, the drive will drop in really nicely and slot back into the case on its rails. Just a slightly clearer shot there, just showing it ready to be put back in the unit. Now, if you're a PC builder from back in the day, you'll remember having to do everything with screws, having to put individual rails on each side of all of the devices that went in. Not anymore. Now, the 5 1/4 drive there is just sliding in nicely, and I really like the way all of the holes lined up. Like when the drive was in, it was in nicely, it was flush, it was perfect, and then I was almost waiting for the holes to not be lined up in the actual chassis, but as you can see in this shot, they line up beautifully, and all that is required is just put the black plastic clip on the side, turn it 90 degrees, and it locked it into place, and the drive does not want to move one little bit. So that was a really nice touch. On the bottom there we can see 2 openings. When you see the power supply I fitted, you'll see that I could not put a fan in, but there is provision there to put at least one fan if you wanted to help try and pull the air down and out of the case to help with the airflow as well. The front comes off with simple little clips that you can put your finger in and slide it to the side, and once the motherboard's mounted in there, you can see with just the wires that come with the case, it's looking quite uncluttered and quite tidy. On the other side, I've removed the case side so you can see how you route the cables round to go into the hard drive, which again, there's nice provisioning for the cabling, nothing's getting crushed, and everything's tied out of the way really nicely. Now on the front side here with the power supply fitted, you can see it is quite tight in there. There are a lot of cables coming out of that big 750 watt power supply. Normally on a 450 you wouldn't have that, but there's still ample room to actually put everything in and not have it cluttered and cause heating issues. The running aspect of it here is showing it on low power. It's got a turbo and a quiet mode. Now on the low power mode, which is it is at the moment, you can see the fan is not too fast, and the light suddenly, when I flick the switch, is going ping and is twice as bright, and the fan is going very fast. It's a really nice touch. Sometimes at night you don't want to have a noisy PC blaring away in the background, so that's quite nice that you can do that and actually have it running overnight, maybe do some processing, download whatever you're downloading, and it's not going to keep you awake. It's not all TARDIS-like and bling-bling either. It's just got one nice little, it's got one nice little red fan in the back there. There is no red-coloured fan in the front, so it's not going to be something that's going to be like shing and wake everyone up in the room. There is only one delicate little blue light on the on-off button on the top. So this is just a final sort of walk around it with it running. I believe I've got it running on the low power at the moment. If you did want to mount a radiator on the back there, which is what I've done in the past, the mountings are all fairly identical in industry standard. You shouldn't have any problems running through those rubber ports to actually run your hosing. In closing, I rate this case quite highly. It's got excellent value for money. It doesn't have any sort of major problems with it. Everything works very well. The panels all fit together better than most of the stuff that comes out of the factory from Holden, and that's sort of saying a lot. The score out of 10, I would give it a good solid 9.5. The only reason why I dropped half a point off is because I was missing one of the motherboard mounting screws in the bag. But apart from that, it is an excellent product.